Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hidden Brick, where today we're building part 2 of the Lego City Spaceport. So this is kind of where we left off. We had basically the shuttle launch pad transport vehicle and then some little accessory builds here. So we are more or less on to instruction book number 3, where we're going to begin the build of the shuttle. So bag 4 has a couple small bags in it. All right. So we have 2 minifigures. They are the astronauts, and they're almost both identical. The only difference is one is a male and the other one is female. You can tell it's female because they put a little bit of lipstick and the long eyelashes versus the male, who doesn't have eyelashes or lipstick. They both have their breathing apparatus along with the face shield. So once that face shield is on, you can no longer see their faces, so you don't know which one is the male or female. They both look identical at that point. So that's our 2 minifigures. So now we're on to the beginnings of the shuttle. So I have a little bit of Technic involved with the shuttle piece. Oops, didn't realize I was zoomed in so close. Sorry about that. So this element goes up there. Flip this over, start to install some supports for the wings. So far, a pretty easy little build. It's just stacking a bunch of plates. Alright, so there's also a bag of unnumbered parts. It looks like we're pull out some of these pieces from it. So these are just giant wing elements. And these huge pieces is partly why this set is so expensive. There's just a lot of large elements. Let's go ahead and put this on the table. A couple bricks to hold it together. Technic plate. Big white ones. And I like the detail on this where this one is offset one stud towards the back, so it gives you that nice little black profile line along the front. You see the white underneath it. It's a nice little detail. Now we have a couple stickers that go on the wings. Over. Those plates will help hold everything together. So now we have a rear wing element. Right. So all these wild yellows and blues and greens, they're all pretty much going to get covered up with bricks and plates. So it doesn't really matter what color they are. And sometimes I wonder if Lego does that on purpose so you can easily see them when you're building it, or do they do it because they're trying to get rid of parts they have in their warehouse that are random different colors. So they're like, oh, let's just hide them in the middle of this black and white model. Who knows? Doesn't matter to me, to be honest with you. Especially if it doesn't affect the look of the model. Alright, we've got quite a few of these red tiles. In between all of the modified plates with clips on them. As you can see, we're putting a lot of these on all the way down to there. Control panel. Two more. Two red jumpers. Alright, so that completes bag number 4 and also instruction book number 3. So they're really breaking this down into a lot of smaller instruction books and bags. So on to bag number 5. Small bag. Okay. Start with one of these arches. The instructions are very simplified. It's literally like 1 or 2 parts per step. Like this step is just that part. Turn the page and we have 2 parts. So they're keeping it very simple. Spread these out a little bit. So on this step we have that and we have this. It's just 2 parts. So its age range is 6 to 12 and it's definitely leaning more towards that 6-year-old range, which is fine with me because I like sets that allow younger kids to get experience to building, bigger models. So sometimes as you get a little bit older, sometimes they seem a little easier, but that's just because you have experience with the building of the models and the younger kids may not. So now we have our cargo doors for the shuttle. Basically 3 on each side. And we have a big tile to hold them all together. With the slotted tiles on both sides. So when that closes, gives it a nice shuttle look. Turn this over. We have 7 of these inverted tiles. We have some landing gear. And we're going to put 4 of these wheels and tires on. They're little bitty wheels, small little tires. Just like that. Next up is a front landing gear. This is just 1 wheel and tire. This wheel is slightly different because it has the axles already built onto it. And once you have the tire on it, you basically snap those axles onto this little bracket, and then that goes on the front. Next is a little Technic element right there with a round plate. There. Turn this around. Couple axles in the back. And we have 2 of the rocket elements that are the same. Go ahead and build them both. They have the round tile with the hole in it, so that will allow those Technic axles to slide through. And these round bricks have a Technic axle hole in them, so that's more or less what that black axle will connect to. So we have those 2. So this hole on those, you can see it fits on there perfectly, and it's connecting to the axle holes that are inside of these 2 elements, so that's not going anywhere. Next is the upper booster engine. This one just attaches like that. So we got some side booster rockets. That's the first one. Build the second one now. Once again, just a couple parts per step, so quickly going through this instruction book. There we go. And we have our rear tail element. This gets a couple stickers on the sides. It's interesting putting a brick on a jumper plate. Not quite sure why that's like that. Alright, so we got the main front part here. So that whole front piece is one element. So you can see we quickly build a cockpit with that one element. We do have a couple more stickers on here that go on the sides of this cockpit. There we go. Here's our last two stickers. They're basically for these solar panels. On the shuttle's payload. So we fold that up, open up the cargo bay, and drop that in there. Close it back up. See, that all fits nice and neatly in there. So that completes the shuttle. So that's going to complete this portion of the build. We've got one more portion, and that is the rockets that we're going to build. So we're going to do that in the third and final video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that one, and thanks for watching.